Well, Snow, what's got you so wound up this morning?
Oh my God. We're gonna find out today if the podcast is truly therapy for me and really calms my ass down.
Yeah, well, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, so...
I know, and remember how I reached out to you the other day and was, I was feeling a lot like Julia Roberts in August Osage County, just a negative fucking bitch, okay, just ever since I've been back, right? And I really thought that on this episode, it may still happen, but I really thought that I'd fucking break down and start crying, because I was like, I'm so sad that I had to come back from vacation,
Here, in particular.
That I had to come back to Kingman, right? Actually, Arizona, then, because I realized this is going to be really gross, but I have to, because I don't understand why they tell people, they used to tell my grandma, people like my grandma, she had a lot of health issues, that she lived in Chicago, but they would always tell her, you need to move to a dry climate. That's why they moved to Arizona. And they're like, it'll be good for your allergies. I have noticed, since I have been back, from where there was actual moisture in the air, that I have the hardest fucking boogers. And then I blew my nose and it's like bloody.
Yeah, I get the same thing.
And I'm like, how is this good for your nose? And then the part about the allergies, it's like, I never had allergies as a child. Like, I've lived in Arizona my whole life. I don't know if like our ecosystem climate in Arizona has changed over the years, but I have allergies. I've had them since my 20s now.
I never had allergies till I moved out here. Like 2 weeks after I moved here, my eyes were swollen shut.
See what I'm saying? Why do they think that a dry climate is better? It's not.
I don't know. I came from a place where I lived in Virginia Beach where I literally used a snow brush to clean the pollen off my car. And I didn't have a problem with it back there.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm miserable about that. I'm miserable. And now I'm miserable about our own fucking side. Thanks to the email that you sent me this morning.
Well,
waking up with that shit.
What was I going to keep that to myself?
I know. No, I mean, I'm glad you sent it to me because I want to know what these bitches are up to. You know what I mean? And so here's the thing. The reason why I don't get the emails is because they sent a cunty little message out not too long ago saying, we need everyone. They're sending, mind you, this is sending everyone an email saying, we need everyone to respond to this email so we know who to keep emailing and who to kick off the list. What the fuck for? If you
wanted to unsubscribe, you'd ask to unsubscribe.
Right. Wouldn't I? Or wouldn't I just block the sender in my... Sure. There's ways of doing that. I don't know if they know this, but it's why are you doing this? Just to be assholes? You're acting like controlling assholes.
Did you get jump off topic a little bit, did you get the thing from the voter registration in Arizona? Send this in if all your information is updated.
The card in the mail?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and that's just a way to get people to kick them off the...
I know. I was like, why are they sending this? They have never fucking sent this, ever. And that wasn't from the Mojave Democratic Party. That was from the Mojave County... who is an elected official who is a Republican. So they're probably only sending it out to the Democrats, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What was it?
You didn't get it?
When did you get it?
A couple weeks ago.
No, I didn't get it.
Yeah, it was...
I'm registered
independent.
Oh, then that's probably why.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably why that makes sense, too. Those dirty fucking dogs.
Bastards.
I didn't get one.
I didn't do anything with it. I was like, you know what? You can... Yeah, I am registered, I've been registered my whole fucking life.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're sending me this at all.
And what was it?
It's just, we need to make sure that all your information is updated, so please send this back if there's any changes.
And if you don't, what, they drop you from the...
I think so.
Which, heads up, we're doing remember, I'm still collecting the info on my mom's friend who is going through a similar thing because I want to get a really good story out of this because it is fucked up. And I was like, I told my mom, I'm like, you need to get on it a little bit quicker because I want to do it before before the midterms come up or whatever, so that people know and they're already ready to go.
Yeah, make sure that your registration's valid.
Yeah, because I mean it's a real fucked up story.
Yeah, and it'll get to the point where if you wait until voting day, they'll say no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Can't do it. But anyway, back to our locals. I will say I do take a little bit of pleasure in this. Number one, how I told Pete Dominic, I just wind you up and let you go. There's that. But there's also the fact.
When is Pete coming on?
If he would answer my emails.
He's a very important man.
He's too busy doing podcasts with JL.
I know, I'm so jealous. He doesn't have to hog JL either.
Yeah. And at JL, your Robert De Niro was spot on. We can't share it, but...
I know. I don't know what you're saying. You're out of practice. Yeah, right.
But anyway, I do take pleasure in the fact that they do have to hold a workshop for de-escalation tactics because of us.
And there's 3 of them, right?
There's 3 workshops?
Wasn't there 3 dates on there?
No, there's
or 2.
There's 1 workshop.
1 workshop.
And there was 2 protests that they hold in the middle of the afternoon. And they said
those are the Friday protests.
Yeah, and they said if there's enough interest that maybe they can hold the workshop at another time. But anyway.
Oh my God! Fingers crossed that there's not enough interest.
But we're disruptors.
You know what? Good. It's good trouble. Maybe you guys should pay attention to the entire Democratic Party because we're not the only ones that feel this way.
No.
Like on a national fucking level.
No.
And I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm not going to apologize. I'm more of the Jasmine Crockett type than the fucking Chuck Schumer type. All right? That's just how it is. No more Mrs. Nice Liberal. No more. No more. No fucking more.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that they hold it like on a 1 p.m. on a Friday when us people that have to work, yes, here's a shocker.
Yeah, some of
liberals
us
do work.
Yeah, liberals work. We have jobs.
You have jobs?
Yes, we have jobs.
Yeah.
You have a job too. What are you talking about?
Well, whether it is at a rally, at a store, or in your own family or friend circle, there are times when conflict de-escalation techniques would be helpful. We'll be holding a conflict de-escalation workshop at the Kingman office Friday, May 30th from 1 to 3. So, it could even be like at a family gathering that you need to de-escalate a
They're
situation.
just now worried about Thanksgiving?
Do you think...
Fuck them.
Do you think...
4th of July is coming up. That's a good time to fight your family.
You just shove a hot dog in your family's face. That's what you do. Eat this up, Cletus.
Like you told
Uncle Cletus.
Another hot dog.
You think when like Uncle Cletus, goes to Thanksgiving dinner, and he starts like going off about how great Trump is. You think is their tactic going to be like, don't engage? Don't engage.
What do they think a food fight's gonna break out? I mean, what, somebody's gonna start throwing drumsticks and shit?
In all fairness, we don't know what will be said because they're holding this workshop at 1 p.m. on a Friday, but...
Yeah, I'm sorry, though. I will say it. I've said it before. I'll say it again. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. The protest in which they're referring to, 2 protests, was like the one... They didn't even want you talking to the guy. It's like, right. What? Don't fucking tell me who I can and can't. This is the problem. I go, you know what? when you sit there and tell people they can't even talk, you're acting exactly like what Trump wants. Trump wants us to hate each other. You're behaving, you're feeding into his bullshit.
And the beauty of that instance, though, was they came over, told me to stop recording, exactly proved the point of what I was talking to him about.
Yes.
At the exact right moment.
Yes.
Yeah, and you guys were having a civil conversation.
Yeah.
Now, the second protest got a little loud, but I'll be damned if I'm going to watch some big, he had to have been like 6'3", well over 300-pound man, walking up and doing that whole flinch punch thing to an old man holding a protest sign. And you don't want me to say anything? And you think that what I said made things worse? Really? Was there a riot that broke out? Was there? Was there violence that happened?
No.
No, there wasn't.
No, the guy almost smacked me in the face, but...
Yeah, and they're not going to, because they're fucking pussies. They're not going to do nothing. And I'm tired of not saying anything to these fucking jerk-offs. I'm tired of them thinking that we're all a bunch of pussies that just stand around. No, I'm not. I'll fucking talk shit to you.
Yeah.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not that kind of liberal. I'm not like all like, you know, peace signs and rainbows and shit, you know? I like that stuff too, but if you gotta get a little rowdy, you gotta get a little rowdy. I mean, I shouldn't even use the word rowdy. I should say loud, because I did get loud, but I was sitting there making jokes. I was doing exactly what John Lennon advised that you do, that you not revert to violence, but that you use humor instead, that you laugh at them. And I was doing exactly that. Yes, I speak at a higher fucking volume though. Can't you all hear me right now? Man, I'm 10 million times louder than MJ.
Yeah. I was just holding my ground. I didn't say a word.
You did not say a word.
You weren't engaging.
Yeah,
You were
I was
doing
standing
exactly
there.
what the fuck they're talking about. I know that they had a huge problem with
Well,
me.
no, I didn't back down, no.
I know.
You didn't turn your back and run away.
No, but like what? And you stood there like filming the dude, because it's like, why would I not want to play this later on the socials to show what this fucking idiot looks like?
Yeah, we made him TikTok famous for a day.
Like, why would you not want to show this big fucking Stay Puft Marshmallow Man getting all angry? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was funny.
Fucking, he's like fucking Hulk Hogan. Listen, brother.
Right? Fucking so stupid. I'm just like, quit telling us what to do. You're not my parents.
What you gonna do when the MAGA comes running after you?
Right?
Fucking, and Sarah Bear was just being the fucking,
I went into bear mode.
Make
Went
yourself
into bear
big.
mode. Right? Go big or go home. I was like, fuck these people.
Yeah, like when a bear attacks you, you know, you're supposed to make yourself bigger than the bear.
Yeah,
It's the
and
bear.
like there's like a certain instinct
And-
inside of me.
And that might have worked because he deflected. He was making a beeline to you, and you did that big bear pose, and then he fucking turned his focus on me.
Right?
And then, you know,
I don't like bullies.
after that, they said the worst thing that you can say is just turn your backs.
Right, so
Turn
they
your
can
back.
punch you in the back of your skull?
Yeah.
So they can do a neck fucking punch to you? Isn't that like a donkey punch or something? And they literally be punching donkeys.
Literally.
We're donkeys. They'd be doing like a donkey fucking punch to us.
He would have gone back and gotten a steel chair, not like a fake wrestler. Hit you in the back of the head.
Right? The funniest thing I thought was one of the people that watched the video, she was like, oh, gross, that's my old stepdad. Like, and then somebody else was like, that's seriously your dad or your stepdad? And she's like, yeah, and he's just as disgusting as he always was.
Yeah.
Going off about him, about what a terrible person he is.
What I didn't like is that our side
In quotes.
had no, like, they weren't concerned for your safety. they weren't concerned for MJ's safety. Like, you had these huge grown men over 6 feet tall come charging you. And you weren't doing anything to deserve being charged. They just, here they come.
Right?
And no one said, hey.
That's a good point. It's almost like...
Snow, are you okay? Is there anything we can do to help you? Like,
The only person I will give credit to for coming over and actually talking to us about everything after the dust cleared was Maris. Yeah. And she was like, I was the one that, ended up just calling the police because it was getting out of hand. But she's not one that's sitting there going and doing this after shock attack mode. But you know what?
I felt it was victim blaming that you guys are the bad ones. That's
I know.
They wouldn't have attacked you if you would have just turned around and just not looked at them.
And that's a good point. Going off of that too, it almost seems like now that you brought that point up as well, that they were not even asking about if we were okay, and they're more just concerned with their image and what they look like out there and what they're presenting.
Yes.
Oh, we're so good. And no wonder you get fucking called elitists and shit. No wonder you get called that by the right,
Right. And then so when we went to the...
Fucking acting like you're better than everyone else. You're not better than us.
When we went to the following protest, we've talked about this. Like, they had that set of rules, sign up on their little sign-up sheet. They had...
Which I fucking ignored.
Do you agree to abide by these rules? I did not put the check mark there.
I should put, the dude does not abide.
Well, it was obvious that they who looked over this to say, okay, is this within the realms of what we should be doing? There was none of that. Like, why would you censor what people can put on their signs? It's just to start with. Like, they kind of wanted final say in what you could present.
Well, they had a stack of their own signs, their own approved signs.
That you could use instead.
Yeah, and then they came around and
that's fine.
Then they came around and said, what, somebody had brought up the point, well, what can you say? Well, you can chant along to what we say to chant along to.
But you're not to specifically call out any sort of person.
No, like
Trump or
when the Trump guy was, I don't know what you're concerned about. I got my social security check and I yelled out, hey, how about that socialism? And they told me, don't engage.
Yes.
You can't even say stuff that we believe in. You're not even allowed to make good points. What's the fucking point of being there? To stand out there all day, wasting my time, getting sunburnt, holding a fucking sign then?
Heck no, we won't comply.
Yeah. I don't get it. I don't get what they're... It's like, if you're going to do that, then you're just out there wasting your time.
Well, you're also wasting your time by holding these weekly protests a Friday at 4 p.m. when everybody's fucking working. Okay? You're also turning away younger people who may want to go to these protests because younger people aren't gonna... We're almost their age.
Younger people are going to be like, oh,
you
yes.
are younger people in
to them.
Speak.
Yeah.
In Kingman, in relative,
But younger people are going to be like, oh, yay, I can go somewhere on my day off and have a bunch of rules and some fucking couple of older ladies telling me what I can do, what I can write on my sign and blah, blah, blah. Yay, that sounds like fun.
Well, and this isn't hypothetical. These are people we actually know who want to be engaged in protesting.
Right.
Right?
Why don't you make it to where people, are having a good time out there while they're protesting? I mean, they're showing all these other protests all over the place. I'm like, God, I wish I was at that one.
At the first protest, we were sort of having fun with the opposition.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were. We even said to them at the end of the day, see you at the next protest.
Yeah.
And they kind of were cool about it back. They're like, all right, fuck you. They were kind of like that, but
Yeah, but they were also actually talking to us
funny.
too, on the side and stuff.
I thought it was funny when I was pointing at the lady and pissing her out. She was so mad. She goes, don't you point at me. Don't you point at me. So I just kept doing it more. There's a whole fucking street with moving vehicles going through us. Everyone's having a good time. We even were trying to help them when they were like fucking, they thought it was cool for them to step into the road and continue their protesting. And I'm like, look, I don't even want to see a Trump humper get ran over today, all right? Get the fuck out of the road. The road is for cars. You don't need to be in it.
Yeah.
Stand on your sidewalk and yell your fucking bullshit.
And when the one kid wanted to, dumped his clutch and blew his alternator out into the middle of the road, I went out there and helped him get his parts out. Yeah, I helped him.
He wanted to fucking, like, exhaust us out. Yeah. He was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking fuck with these fucking libtards. Yeah. And he broke his car because of it.
He's doing and you went and helped him. Yeah,
you and another guy went running over there to help him.
Yeah.
From our side. Did anyone from his side go help him?
Hell
no. Fuck no. They stood there fucking stroking the Trump flag. Oh, Trump's so
they're like, oh no, that's an American-made car right there. Shit.
Right? Fuck. So stupid.
Oh, fuck. Well, I don't know. Like, I kind of wish I could go to this de-escalation meeting. Because you know what it's going to be.
I'd go if there was a balcony and you and I can sit up there like the two Muppets and talk shit about them the whole time.
And we laugh at each other. Whoa, I know. Snow.
We're doing our podcast up there, and then we'll be like, can you hear this bullshit right there? Listen to what they're saying right now.
You call this a protest?
Oh, fuck.
And you know it's gonna be a bunch of either, just older people, no offense, sitting around and at the next protest be like, well, we all agreed unanimously that
we voted.
We voted.
And I'd be like, no, we didn't. I didn't get my fucking vote by mail ballot because that's what I do, because that's what I'm registered as. So I expected my ballot in the mail, bitches. So I didn't agree to shit.
I don't know. I mean, this is just the fucking, the whole problem with the fucking, a lot of Democrats.
Well, yeah, getting back to mental health awareness, like, so I have to come back here. And then now today, this shit's laid out on me after we already had, not a great week because I had to come back here from paradise. And I'm just like, now my own side, the only thing that was like at least the light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, I still have you guys, but like on the whole, our side that like we're registered under the people running it, I'm like, now these fuck faces have to act like this, You can't just let us be us. Like, you can't just, be like, hey, thanks that you come out here. How many fucking, because we have more Democrats in Mojave County, in Kingman, because, the other cities are doing their own things, but we have more Democrats in Kingman, registered Democrats. We are a small majority, but we have more than what's out there showing up at the protests on a whole. So it's like, you should be thanking our fucking asses for being out here. We've been to all of them, except for the ones that you hold on Friday, because guess what? We fucking have jobs. Yeah. It's just really depressing.
I don't know what it is about this town. And, we can make fun of ourselves on this podcast and our audience, but, we reach some people.
It's a small audience.
But let's say there's this Comic-Con going on here this weekend, and I reached out to the guy organizing that to see if he wanted to come on the podcast and promote. He doesn't respond. Mojave Pride this year, we've been a great ally to Mojave Pride, and we're going to show up to the Pride this year. We're not going to have a table.
We're not going to have a booth, but we're going so we can enjoy the festivities.
Yeah, and we'll still talk to people. And I think we can actually reach more people by actually wandering around instead of being stationary. But I reached out to them about coming on because there's a new board this year, and they don't respond. And the previous board was really gracious with me about getting me the information I needed about the talent that was going to show up, so we could speak to them. Really gracious about coming on and promoting it, because knowing that we're an ally. And the current board just seems to be, I'm sorry, disorganized on it. And in the same way with the Democratic Party here, that I've reached out to them to maybe get some of our representatives on, and they won't give me contact information to reach people. I don't know what it is about this place that these little organizations feel like, like they're better than us or whatever it is. Like everybody's like some kind of big fish in a little pond here, or that's the attitude that they have.
So, I know. I agree 100%. I'm going to give the new organizers of Pride a slight pass, only because this is their first year of organizing, so they are going to have a rough year this year. I mean, because they've already shown to everyone that
they've ever done too.
Right, they're changing over.
They're new to this.
So I expect them to do something better next go around. I'm still going to go, though, and in support and in solidarity and as an ally, because I'd feel like a shitty person if I didn't.
Yeah, and I'll still make a donation to Mojave Pride, even though I'm not actually renting a table from them.
Right.
Because it's an important thing, and we want to see it succeed.
It is an important thing. I mean, it's got to, as much as I complain about how much I hate this town, then I think, could you imagine if you're a member of the LGBTQ community and having to live in a place like Kingman? You have even another thing stacked against you. Yeah. You'd have to do the thing where I just keep to myself and don't, but that's a lonely life too.
Yeah. And here's another point to that, how you've got all these organizations that don't think outside the box and they don't work together. The Democrats are holding their picnic the exact same day as Pride.
I know, and okay, that's what pisses me off too, are the Democrats doing this as an FU to them, or what the hell? How could you not know? How could you not know?
I think it's that they're just in their own bubble. I'm sure it wasn't a slight to Pride.
Then you don't give a fuck about everyone, and you're not a fucking total empath like you seem to. Why don't you just go, why don't you have your fucking Democratic Party then and invite, the anti-protesters to it?
Or if you were going to do it the same day, rent out Locomotive Park across the street.
Right across the street.
And then you block out the church that always does counter-protest.
Strategy and shit, bitches.
Fucking,
you need to get on. Why aren't you organizing it, MJ?
Why don't they come to us with this shit?
Why aren't you fucking telling these dumbasses?
If they're so concerned with optics, whether or not, snow is loud at their protest, what about the optics of not being, holding this during Pride? It's a snub to Pride.
I know.
It's not like we don't all
and
know
you're supposed
when
to be
Pride
allies.
is.
And what is your fascination with Centennial Park? Because remember, they had the first protest over there. What is your fascination with that? There's not, I'll give it to you. There's some traffic that goes down Harrison, but not as much as traffic that goes downtown or, for fuck's sakes, on Stockton Hill. I think they're afraid to do it on Stockton Hill.
Yeah.
Because there's too much traffic. We'd get too much hate. And I'm I disagree. I think they should. You know what? If you're going to move it, my personal opinion if you're going to move it from downtown, you don't want it at Train Park anymore. The only other place you should move it to is Stockton Hill, because you're going to go bigger than what you're doing. You would have even more traffic there. Like, the fact that you move it from downtown to, like, a street that's well known for being, I call it a cut-through street. As a delivery driver,
On Harrison
we don't say where I work, but yeah, I always call Harrison one of my cut-through streets to
it's
avoid
not a main road.
The traffic of Stockton Hills, so I don't have to drive on Stockton.
Because you can't access the highway.
Because I know how busy shit gets because of my job. So you go, when I'm like on my days off, I take Harrison a lot because it's easier to get over to the businesses.
It's a side road. It's not a main road.
It's, okay, it's kind of like in Las Vegas. Like, you're not going to take Las Vegas Boulevard unless you're a tourist and you don't know that there's like Harmon that you can access to get to where you need to go, so you don't have to wait for hours on that street. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
But if you want to get traffic, like if I was in Vegas, if we were in Vegas, obviously you'd want to have a protest on LBB, because that's where all the motherfucking people are at. I wonder if Vegas does theirs out there when they do their protests.
I'm not sure.
I don't know where they do them. But, I mean, if you're looking to have people seeing what you're doing.
Well, again, these are all decisions that we're not privy to.
Yeah, but we're also doing it on
Friday off.
But we're doing it on our podcast so we can fucking call them out, since you want to act like little assholes about things. Yeah. And that's coming from me. That has nothing to do with MJ. That is specifically Snow. Because we all know that a lot of times you can't control what's going to come out of Snow's mouth. I can't even do it. I can't even do it.
Wouldn't want to.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know. I'm out there at those protests. I'm just keeping my mouth shut for the most part. I'm just like for content.
Did Rob Ray just become my new best friend?
I've always been your best friend. You know, it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and you are good enough just the way you are. And nobody should tell you anything otherwise.
Yeah.
You're enough right now. 100%.
Nobody puts Snow in a corner.
That's funny that you said that, because I recently bought a shirt, because, you know, like all my dating and stuff. I recently bought a shirt that was like, it says, if I'm too much, go find less. I'm like, you know what? But I've said that to guys that I've been dating too. I've said that to exes. I'm like, you know what? If you don't like, the door is always open for you to go find somebody else. Because I know that I could probably find someone better than you. So if you could be the one to leave, maybe then I got more options that way. If you could be the one to take off, I don't have to be the bad guy by breaking your heart.
If you feel like you could find someone better, what are you settling for someone for?
I know. Well, because I live in Kingman, so I'm like... Well, no, my thing is like, yeah, here's the thing, though. Like,
we grade on a curve here, like in Kingman, like,
I feel like
I had a friend, and, you know, whenever we would go do something, you know, we'd go out to eat and be like, all right, that was pretty good for Kingman.
I feel like I'm really nice, though, about this. Is like, anytime I start dating somebody, maybe that's why I date shitty guys, because I know that I can't stay here. Like, and it's sad because, like, I like my house and I like my friends, but this might turn into a crying one. I'm gonna try to get through this, but it's like I probably purposely seek out shitty guys or guys that I know, like, on the rare occasions that I've actually met a nice guy, I kind of let it be known from the start that, I don't really want something like I want somebody to hang out with while I'm here, which is I get on a hand selfish because I know I want to leave. But it's like, yeah, but I'm kind of being nice in the first place by warning them like I don't want to get an attachment here because I can't stay here, and I don't want to be the bad guy. I don't want to be the one that's like mean and doing all that. I don't want to be a heartbreaker. I'm kind of like leaning more towards the guys who put like on the profile that they're into like ethical non-monogamy and polyamory because I'm like, you know what? Well, the older I get, I'm like, and the way and just the way that we're studiers of humans too. We're not penguins. We don't mate for life, even though it sounds beautiful that you have a life mate. Who doesn't want that? I don't think our species is wired that way. I think that's really what it is if they're wired that way. If you look at the animal kingdom, it's like there's tons of species that aren't like that. And there are species who are total life mates. But I don't think that any of the apes are they? And that's what we share the DNA from.
And that's how you
Correct?
rationalize ending up with shitty fucking dudes. like what?
Okay, no, wait. You want my rationalization on the shitty guys. Here's the thing on that. I think it's easier to tell them to go fucking pound sand than it is a nice guy. Like, I don't want to be mean to a nice guy, but if I'm with somebody who's shitty, like my last...
What if there's a penguin out there for you who wants to leave this shithole with you?
I think that my penguin, honestly, I think that my penguin doesn't even live in the United States. Because I'm like,
yeah,
I'm looking at dual citizenship. Yeah. I told you, y'all, like, when we get back to doing like...
Then why not start dating internationally?
How do you even go about doing that? I'm working on my American mail order bride description already.
Okay.
I already know how I want to start it out. I want to be like, what's up, all you fine foreign fellas? Okay, that's a good introduction.
Like,
right?
have you picked like what country you want to move to? Maybe like
I want to go to the Mediterranean. Well, I don't even know if I'll like it in the Mediterranean, but like.
So why aren't we target marketing like Mediterranean dudes? Like, might want have you come over
foreign
visit.
fellas from Portugal.
Right. But yeah, you just set up your dating profile there, and you just say you work for an international shipping company, and that you travel a lot from business.
I know, right?
You're based out of Las Vegas, but you're an international traveler.
Yeah. And I would even be one that would be like telling the truth. Be like, I'm one of those like older model broads, 50 years old here. Got a few miles on me, but that's also a bonus, right, fellas?
By the way, if you
wink, wink.
If you want to see the Sarah O'Hara video, it's on our socials.
Yes.
Wink, wink.
It is a must watch.
Tip of the hat. Oh.
I was trying to figure out how to get that to Molly Shannon, but I can't find her on the socials to tag her.
I know, that would have been my dream right there. Oh my gosh.
So you literally packed up that freaking costume and wig with you to tropical paradise just so you could do a little skit for your family.
I am surprised that you even had to ask me that question. You fucking know I did.
And you?
I kept telling my birthday bestie, I'm like, bitch, I already got my costume packed. I already got it packed. That was the first thing I got.
At the end, that little speech you gave, it was like seeing like 8th grade Snow giving a speech from junior high.
It was like hard to get out too, so that I wouldn't start crying, because when I did it, my mom and my aunt were there, and they were like wiping their eyes because everybody loved my Aunt Mary. Like she was, and then we sent it to my cousins, her mom, and which is cool because it was my cousin's birthday just yesterday. Happy birthday again to my cousin Kim. Actually, she has a twin brother, Scott. We sent it to them, and they were like, they really liked it. And then I text my cousin a birthday message, and she's like, I loved your skit. She's like, you did so good. She goes, it got me all tearing up. And I was like, yeah, it was hard for me to even get it out. And she's like, no, you still did good, though. You did great. Like, because it was hard for me to do the part of, I'm not good with doing the sad stuff. Like, you know, I'd rather do the ridiculous shit than have to be a real person, you know?
Be in touch with your feelings and shit. Who needs that?
Then like be a woman and everything, you know, like
you got adopt it like me, where I'm just comatose myself and just being like well, Bill Belichick now, like a bad day at work, and like we're on this Cincinnati.
Are you at the point where you're like, what would Belichick do? Are you like a WWBD?
He's beyond that. He's at the point that he's like, I'm going to like get these quotes printed and laminated so I can put them in my office at work.
Yeah. And
so that I'm
just so I remember.
Oh my God, like those like the teamwork one, and it's got like the picture or like courage.
Like in Ted Lasso when they had the believe sign.
Yeah, that's another one. That's another one. They have like courage. They have
like we have to support this. Can you see just the zen in his eyes?
Yeah,
I know.
Usually, it's been working for the most part. You know, somebody pissed me off the other day. I'm like, well, some people are just not coachable.
You know what I need to do? Like, okay, so I don't. It's not like I wouldn't read Belichick's book, but you know, you got to go with what really inspires you. I need to buy that Dolly Parton book then, because, you know, I'm like a what would Dolly do person. So, like, maybe you need to just find your specific life coach and
That's
then
exactly
follow
what
them.
You have to do.
Yeah. So I'm going to, once we get off the cast, I'm going to go into my Amazon cart and I'm going to click. It's already in there.
Could you
and I'm going to be
imagine
like, you know, just buy.
Fucking Reality Redemption fucking podcast a month from now. It's going to be like fucking Snow be all bubbly and Dolly Parton, like nothing gets to her. And I'm going to be like just monotone and just like,
I'll be like,
just like
a hard candy
we're on to the next
Christmas.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they pass this big, beautiful bill. I'm like, oh, yeah, we're on to the next election. Fuck.
You can't
Have
do
you read
that.
what's in
That'll
the
be
bill?
boring, though. I find Belichick, like, I'm sure he's a lovely man, and he's got to be somewhat good in the sack if he landed himself like the 24-year-old. I mean, like, he's got to know a thing or two. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Or it is really just all the money that he has, you know. But
well.
yeah, I know. I feel kind of bad for him because I'm like, I don't know. Are you going to get a prenup, sir? Like, I hope to God that you do. Like, somebody should talk to him. Somebody close should at least tell him, where the fuck is Tom Brady to be like, look, you at least need a prenup, okay? You go ahead and get married. I'm not saying you shouldn't get married, but you need to have a prenup. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, at least Tom married somebody that had a lot more money than he did.
Exactly. Like, be smart about this shit. Jesus. Because you know what? I don't want to sit there and listen to Ben bitch later. Like, they didn't fucking know. I didn't know that I would lose half my shit. Really? You married someone who doesn't work.
Yeah.
Who just sits at... You didn't realize that? What do you think she's going to do? Do you think the government's going to want to pay for her? Oh, and now, with all the cuts, the government ain't going to be able to pay for her. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. So fucking be smarter. Quit thinking with your dicks.
Yeah. And that's what fucking MAGA around here is going to learn it with this big, beautiful bill when they're fucking...
Yeah, you're going to learn.
KRMC is going to have to eventually close.
You're going to learn. Oh, and another piece of information for the people who have insurance and are like, well, that won't affect me, and I'm glad they're kicking all the losers off. really dipshit? Because let me tell you something. Those people who don't have insurance anymore, they're still going to get hurt, get sick, whatever, and have to use the emergency room. So they're going to go and do that. And you already know they don't have the money to pay for it. So guess what's going to happen to your insurance? Guess. Do you think it's going to go up? Because if you said that, then you would have the right answer. You're going to pay more. Or they could probably end up doing the thing where for some services, we don't cover that anymore. Because they're going to be allowed to do shit like that. Because they get away with, I don't know if people have been paying attention to like fires and shit, especially in California. Look at what they did to those folks. Well, we no longer insure your homes. Yeah. Too bad. Oh, well. But keep giving us money.
Oh, well, you know all those people in you just got back from North Carolina not too long ago. Mm-hmm. And all those people, the governor of North Carolina requested more FEMA assistance, and the Trump administration turned them down.
In North Carolina, I thought he was supposed to love y'all. Yeah. Thought he loved you. Yeah. Didn't he win North Carolina?
Yeah. He did. He was like, wasn't he the only Republican that won in North Carolina?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he loves you. He loves you long time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's happening.
But,
I will give him, let's give him credit on one thing. Because we like to at least have some positivity in our casts. Thank you, President Trump, for taking the tariffs back to where Biden had them. Thank you for that. Thank you for going back to that. Oh, no,
but he threatened to raise them again yesterday.
Yes.
Well, he's playing it
to Europe, right?
Okay.
After they just made a deal last month, right, to lower him.
Okay.
He was going to raise
He's going to do that, though. Keep making yourself look like a pussy.
Well, it's a long weekend, though. So if we're going to play the stock market, right, I need everybody to know it's time to sell off. Yeah. In a month or so, we can buy back in. So get some profit out of this.
You know, I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm going to go see Don Jr. and Eric.
Oh, yeah. You need to announce this.
You're going to be our on the spot reporter for the crypto conference.
For the Bitcoin conference in Las Vegas next week.
So maybe like next week we'll learn some about crypto.
Maybe. I still don't totally
You've got to be crypto. Our on-scene reporter. You have to do what I
from
did.
The Tyson Tiger Mansion party. Yes.
You have to do what I did when I went on my border tour. You have to go on the crypto tour, and then you have to come back and tell us.
And you have to get Don and Eric to say, tune into the Reality Redemption podcast. You know, when they cut those little stingers for the radio stations.
You don't have to do that, but
you
have to go to a party with them.
They'd be happy to get just
you gotta
anyone who wants to talk to them, right?
You gotta go to a party with them and then take pictures of them when they're actually doing lines of coke, and then bring those back to us.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you have to do that.
It's gonna be like The Hangover. Raw Ray's gonna wake up at the Tiger Mansion.
The Tiger Mansion, that's right.
Dude, that would be awesome, though. I mean, I wish I could be in The Hangover.
You're gonna wake up passed out on the floor of the Tiger Mansion, fucking as Don Jr. and fucking Eric. Fucking.
It could happen.
Yeah.
As long as it's documented, you know.
It'd still be a good party. I mean, you could sit there and make fun of them all night.
I know. And if
they wouldn't care, they'd be like blitzed out of their mind.
If Don Jr. and Eric want to do this podcast, we'd be happy to have them, and we won't make any Beavis and Butthead jokes.
Yes, we will.
Not to their face.
I'll just sit there and laugh like that. I'm like, this is my laugh. This is how I laugh. You've never heard the show before.
Yeah, so we expect some reporting. So what is it like? You get to see the house that Mike Tyson used to live in, or Does he still own the house? I think he sold it.
No, I think he sold the house. And I think it's one of the smaller mansions.
Oh.
But it's out in Henderson where, you know, you go to party in the mansions anyways. So.
Is it in that area?
It is in that area.
Oh, okay.
And the Moon Bus shuttle will be
were-
available
those
from
were-
Venetian to there.
Hell yes.
Those were nice houses out there.
I want to go.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm jealous now. I want to go to rich people.
Yeah, I think we're hooked on
Well,
going
we
and
got-
partying at
well,
mansions
we-
now, aren't we all?
Well, we have to work.
We have to
unfortunately.
work. I know
Yeah.
it's during the week.
Yeah. I would love to go to that
Yeah.
because I'd fit right in. I mean,
You should have
with the Crypto
saved.
Bros.
You should have saved your sick days,
I
so you
should've.
could have gone.
No, I just got back.
You both just got back from vacation.
That's why now you got to go
It's
on
my
vacation.
turn. It's my turn to go.
I'm sorry you got to go on vacation
Yeah.
with Beavis and Butthead.
She goes to Tropical Paradise. I go to a
No,
4-day music festival. You get to go with Don Jr., JD, and fucking Eric.
Well, I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to
Oh,
hanging
yeah,
out
the
with
vice
like
president. I
artists and
forgot about
DJs and stuff because there's an entire art gallery at Bitcoin, and I'm already like hooking up with people who are artists and stuff to hang out with.
Okay, all right, cool.
And I've
Cool.
got friends coming in from Sweden. I've got my Harvard bro, my older bro coming in.
I know, and you're going to go flying.
Oh, I know. You guys both were like, "Do not go flying,
Dude,
Do not go flying with your friend."
You need to ask your Harvard friend what he thinks about the new deal with Harvard.
Oh, I will ask him.
Yeah, because
I would still ask
him about that.
he would be a foreign student, right?
Who? Well, no, my friend that I've been friends with for 20 years who went to Harvard. He's from La Jolla. He's from San Diego
okay.
area. My other friend from Sweden coming in is a crypto bro.
But fucking, just touch on Harvard for a minute. It's kind of fucking bullshit that you take a fucking private university and you say, no, you can't have foreign students.
Exactly.
That's a fucking private. What about government overreach?
They teach
Isn't that what
international law and business and stuff there. Yeah, you know, like it's an international campus for sure.
Harvard came out with, I don't have the exact link, but they came out with like these free classes that you can take, and it's a Harvard class of how to spot a dictator
Oh yeah.
in response to
I'm
this.
going to take them.
Yeah. Yeah, then,
I wanna
then, you
take
can,
them.
then you can say you took a class at Harvard.
Fuck yeah, that's why I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
Be like, I am an elitist, motherfucker. I went to Harvard
Being
online.
from New England, I loved Harvard. I don't know. I don't,
Pack the cat and have it yad.
What if Joe Biden had tried to defund Liberty University? The outrage that would have happened. It's just bullshit. And fucking one more
You didn't
point.
like my,
So we'll go with the big beautiful.
you didn't like
bill
my
and
Bostonian.
Yeah, my Bostonian.
That, no,
Pack the
I've
cat
always
and
said,
have dad.
pack the cat and have it yad.
Can't have dad. Can't get that from here. Fuck.
So the big beautiful.
They
bill.
fucking hate ours.
Yeah, the big beautiful bill. We haven't had time to fucking go over and read it. Maybe we should consult our friend who said that she read it all 1,100 pages in 3 hours after it came out. But yeah, I mean that's gonna hurt.
Maybe she did. I don't know. Tell her, okay, if she has time to read that, she has time to go to the meetings that the Democratic Party is holding.
Oh,
So she needs to go do the meetings and be our, like,
On the spot reporter.
on-spot reporter.
Yeah.
And then report back to us. Maybe you could talk her into doing that.
Yeah. All right.
That would be awesome, actually, because I would like to hear what they actually say at that. Like how fucking boring
They're
it
just
was.
going to show multiple
It's gonna be
pictures
boring.
of MJ and Snow.
Here's
No,
what
no,
I
no.
And
have
it's
to
going to
do.
be like, this is not what we want to see.
They're not, no, because like you said, they're not going to even, they're going to try to say, oh, it was,
We're
and they're
not
total
singling
pussies. They're
anyone
not going to
out.
single no one out.
Yes.
It-
They're not going to
was-
say, they're not going to address
This
the
is just
actual
standard
issue.
procedure.
It-
has nothing to do with
They're going to
anything.
gloss over it and be like, this is the thing we came up for everyone. Because look at how long it take them to come to this point of doing their bullet point presentation. They've probably all been sitting around a round table discussing how do we get our de-escalation message out without also offending members in our own community. Well, you don't, because you already fucking offended me. But stop it, you know.
We'll address one more thing back to Bruce Springsteen and
It always rounds up that, with the boss.
The boss.
No, so just to follow up, that after what he said on his European tour kickoff, and people were criticizing him like, well, doesn't have the balls to say that in the States. Motherfucker comes out with a live EP, putting out those songs with those speeches in the United States.
Do they really, let me address those folks right now. Do you guys actually believe that? Do you believe that Bruce Springsteen doesn't have the balls to say that in the United States? You really believe that? The man who wrote Born in the USA, because it's not really, that song is not really flattering.
How about
to USA?
How about when?
Do you believe? And then Kid Rock calling him a punk, I'd be like, thanks for the compliment. A punk is somebody who goes against authoritarianism.
Kid Rock's just fucking mad because there's not state fairs in fucking England for him to play.
Right?
Yeah, because he can't.
Well, they don't want him over there either. You're not going to get none of that international money.
But going back to Springsteen, whether he would have the balls to say that. Remember the song 41 Shots?
Mm-hmm.
And then the New York NYPD got really mad at him, and they weren't going to do security at his concert in Madison Square Garden. He went ahead and played it anyways. He called for the audience to shut up, and the audience was booing him. But he played it anyways.
Yeah.
In New York City.
That's what I'm saying. They think the man doesn't have balls. Like, go fuck yourself. He does have balls.
Yeah. And two, this is addressed to, this person will never hear this because they don't listen to the podcast, but you're a musician in a local cover band that's kind of popular here in Kingman. Musician, but you're telling him, just shut up and play. Shut up and play. Well, Mr. Bass player for a cover band, why are you running your mouth? Why don't you just shut up and play? Just do your fucking dumb lawyer job or whatever you do.
Yeah, the same thing. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. So I was gonna be like, oh my God, I need to ask you after the show.
Well,
I know who you're talking about, but it's like, by you sitting there.
And this person proclaims to like punk music.
Yeah, no, he's an old school punk rocker. Yeah. I don't know how he likes punk rock. I used to ask him that. I used to be a roadie for the band that he used to play in.
Yes.
Like long time ago. I was the roadie for that band. Okay. So
he was a writer for my magazine, my art, music, and culture magazine. That's how small Kingman is.
That shocks me, though, that you are that smart of a person, because he is a very smart person. He's a lawyer, has a law degree. That really shocks me. And I say this through laughter, that you have the balls to sit there and say, shut up and just play, while you are also in a band, but you are also making political statements. How do you not see the fucking irony there? How do you not see it? Yeah, how?
Well, because I engaged with him on social media about it, trying to get that point across. But he goes, no, he didn't have the balls to do it here. He goes overseas and he talks shit. Well, fucking.
And then he came back and did it here.
But didn't Trump just go overseas and he's having meetings at Saudi Arabia where he was criticizing American policies overseas?
Right. So tell the guy that you jerk off to not to do that. Like, if you're going to be like a big ballsy motherfucker and taking a stand, I'm a musician who takes a stand. Tell the guy who you jerk off to not to do that.
Yeah, Mike
Kind of
Pence.
stuff.
Mike Pence even came out and said, "Yeah, I'm not really a fan of criticizing American government on foreign soil." Now that's an elected official. Bruce Springsteen's just a fucking musician,
Right.
but Bruce Springsteen has like in front of us a microphone, and if I had that kind of audience, I would fucking say something.
And like, you're not, if you have a microphone, you're not allowed to speak out against things that you don't agree with.
Yeah.
Is that where, and you know that a lot of your fans listen to you by this point. Okay, if you've been a Bruce Springsteen fan like your whole life, because he's lost lots of supporters along the way because, you know, they got all ass hurt when they wouldn't let Mitt Romney use Born in the USA to run against President Obama. So a lot of people were like, fuck Bruce Springsteen, blah, blah, blah. And like anytime he's ever spoken out, like, okay, so the fans that he still has, maybe he's just talking to them. Maybe he's not even talking to you, and you need to mind your own business.
Or you could just...
But we're all allowed to still say what we feel, even though you don't fucking agree with it.
But to that point, when he wrote the song 41 Shots, they got mad at the song, what he was saying in the song.
Right.
About shooting an unarmed black man 41 times.
Right.
You know, so it's not this shut up and play. It's like, hey.
It's like, no, you have selective outrage. Just say it.
Yeah,
Just say,
yeah.
I'm outraged. But you can't say that. You have to say, shut up and play, because you can't say, that offends me, because then you know in your pea brain that then you'd be like, just like, oh, but I get irritated with people and I have to call people out for like cancel culture and like, you know, things that hurt my feelers when I'm supposed to be part of fuck your feelings. Ugh.
Now, like I'll talk shit about Kid Rock because he's just a hypocrite who fucking goes out and shoots up fucking Bud Light fucking cases, but then is seen in a club drinking Bud Light. I'll
talk shit about Kid Rock just because, based off the simple fact that he's a douchebag. He's just, like, he is a douchebag.
Hey, I'll admit, good performer. I've seen him. Fucking, I'll never go to another concert of his, but...
Like, I'll admit, I like that All Summer Long song, and I like that song with Sheryl Crow.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on you for everything you've ever done in your entire life, but I think you're a douchebag. Like, I think that you are one of those people who sits at home and jerks off to Donald Trump. You fucking have this weird, gross, strange obsession with him. I think you should just suck his dick and get it over with already. Well, honestly.
And like fucking Trump called into an investigation on Bruce Springsteen for playing Harris rallies. You know?
I think they're all still pissed off that, you know, it wasn't Kid Rock and it wasn't Ronald Reagan that brought down the Berlin Wall. It was the boss, Bruce Springsteen.
Right?
That is why the Berlin Wall came down. It was after his big concert there.
Yeah, it was the music, assholes. It wasn't you fucking people who are always trying to tell us what to do that did it.
So they'll never be on that same level.
And they all are trying to just be rock stars. That's what it is, you know? And Kid Rock, he's so stupid. It's like, bitch, you were a rock star. You were on that side. Now, for some reason, you're trying to be like a politician or something. He's trying to do like the reverse of whatever they're trying to do.
Right. But what if Joe Biden called in an investigation on fucking Kid Rock while he was in office because Kid Rock talked shit about him? You'd be outraged.
Mm-hmm. And Biden would never do that.
Yeah. Oh.
Because he's got class.
Yeah.
Something that you guys will never have. I don't care how much money you have. You can't even fucking buy it.
Yeah, and get back to our side. We need to get the fuck off whether Biden was fit for office or not and how long they knew and all this other bullshit and move on and focus in on the next election.
The man has cancer, why can't you just let him do his healing, spend his time with his family, and leave him the fuck alone? And I'm tired of hearing about all the conspiracies. Who's holding it out? Who the fuck would do that? And wouldn't have that been a really good excuse for him to be able to do that shit where he would just be like, I have cancer, so I'm making Kamala the 47th president and then have to force Trump to be the 48th. I mean, honestly, if we're talking strategies here,
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't they have fucking done that?
Yeah.
They make no sense when they come up with this ridiculous fucking shit.
Yeah. But also, fucking CNN is fucking bullshit too. And Jake Tapper, like, hey, if you knew this fucking information, why did you hold it off and write a book, fucking put it out, fucking?
Because I wanted to make money. That sweet, sweet cash.
That's fucking pertinent information that the voters should have known about.
I know. It's like, I'm tired of that. I'm like, but then it's also like, can you really blame them? We live in America where it's like, if you make money, you're a fucking god. Like,
Yeah, it's all about the fucking corporation.
Like, if Donald Trump is on God status. The people who, his supporters, worship him. They will never turn from him. Yeah. They will always worship him.
And people buy into CNN wanted Donald Trump to be a president, even though they don't talk well about him all the time. Fucking, they wanted him because the chaos, you're going to tune in like, oh shit, what did he do today? Fucking then talk fucking shit about how horrible it was. But you wanted it. That's what you wanted.
They're like a dembrado in a fucking relationship.
Yeah,
I can say that because I've been one because it's like,
fucking, they want ratings. It's business.
But what I'm saying is, like, he'll still sit there and call you guys, oh, you're fake news, blah, blah, blah. And they're still like, yes, but tell us more. Like, it's so gross.
Well, I guess we should wrap this one up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking got prepared for Pride next weekend. Got prepared for the next protests coming up.
Gotta prepare for all my costumes.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
I know. How much time do you put into costumes?
Really not that much. Not more than what you would think. Like, sometimes, when I'm at work, I'm daydreaming about
so you just have this,
throughout the day.
You have this epiphany. Snow is going to be this.
It's kind of like my house. Like, when I would, like, walk into each room and I'm like, this is what I'm going to do in here. Like, this is the color it needs to be. Like, yeah, I get, like, a vision in my brain and then it happens. And then it comes to fruition.
Right.
It's kind of like one of those. So I already have my ideas. I'm just like excited about throwing it all together. I have both of them planned already.
Here I am writing emails to Pete and JL and Dr. Steve trying to come on the podcast. So I was like, hey, I'm going to see what I'm going to wear at the next one.
Like, I'm covering the important things.
You do make a statement. You do guess most.
Well, because that's what you have to do in a town like this. Like, you have to make a statement. You have to
stand out.
Right?
Right.
Or blend in. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
That's for the next protest. I'm going to be doing some blending in. That is going to still piss some folks off.
Some Mission Impossible shit.
Well, yeah, like, my goal for the next protest, since it's on dear Führer's birthday, I kind of want to make myself look like those stupid assholes, but I ain't on your side. I'm on this side, because I want to, like, hit them hard with the protest signs while doing it, while looking like,
like
typical Kingmanite. Yeah.
Right.
Someone who would be in love with,
All right. On that note, we'll wrap this one up. So, hey, Fucking, you may want to silence us at the protest, but you can't take away this fucking podcast.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Fuck y'all. I can't believe I have to say it to my own side, but yeah, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. You ain't stop.
screw you guys. I'm out of here.
They can't stop us.
Yeah, fucking South Park coming back July 9th.
Why is it so many months away? Oh, that's like 2 months away.
Well, that's like fucking 6 weeks away.
No, isn't it more than... It's like 2 months away. It's
Wait.
not even June.
We're at the end of May. You got June and June 9th. So 6 or 7 weeks away. We got new South Park.
Well, it seems like it's an eternity.
And you know what? Fucking all of our podcasts, we barely mentioned Diddy. That will have to be for another time.
We're going to have to wait till we see the groundbreaking episode.
Right.
Plus, I don't really want to talk about him. He's really gross.
Yeah.
Gross. Just gross.
All
Ugh.
right, so we expect a full report from it. And just remember, Don...
Or at least
Don,
Polaroids, right?
No, Don Jr. or Eric saying, please listen to the Reality Redemption podcast.
Ugh.
All right.
You can tell them that we've had the dad on, and you can just play them the audio clip. It would fool them.
This is true.
I wonder if they'd be able to tell their own dad's voice.
Oh, that would
versus...
be it.
You
Yeah.
really think I'm going to be sitting with like Don and Eric at the Tiger Mansion?
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about Reality Redemption, and I'm going to play them clips of their dad. and
No,
stuff.
you're not. You're going to be doing lines of coke with them. That's what you're going to be doing.
I'm really not a Coke person.
I'm
Like,
kidding.
you know, maybe a hula hoop and some shrooms.
You're
or
like,
something.
yeah. You're like, do you have any shrooms, fellas? Can't you get a hold of... You're the president's son.
Hey,
You should be getting me primo
it is a
shit.
crypto conference, and those guys have fucking more money than what they know what to do with. It'd be pretty cool if someone actually rents a tiger to have at the Tiger Mansion.
Yeah.
They probably will.
Yeah,
You never know.
fucking, and then you can interview the tiger.
I'd be hanging out with the tiger instead. I'd be like, can you dart him so I can cuddle with him?
Yeah.
But that'd be mean. I don't know if it's cruel to like dart
No,
animals just for my own sake.
that'd be the most crypto Vegas thing ever, though, is if they flew in a tiger for the crypto conference.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think that will happen. But
Can always hope.
I know there's DJs and wild dancing ladies, so there could be a tiger there. It better be a white tiger. It'd have to be a white tiger.
Siegfried and Roy,
Yeah.
they have white tigers.
We're just going to Uber a tiger over. There's plenty of tigers in Vegas.
Yeah, you just get fucking go down to Fremont Street and get one of those fucking people in dirty costumes. You know, the ones that are always a little bit off.
Dressed in a tiger costume?
Yeah, they're fucking, like a Tony the Tiger costume.
I mean, that's
But
totally doable.
Like a low rent fucking Tony
That's
the
totally
Tiger.
doable. So I gotta swing by there on the way to the Tiger Mansion. Pick up some fucking
See,
Fremont Street's where it's at, though.
if you brought Snow would go in it dressed as a tiger
That would be awesome.
with a little fucking ears. She'd have ears and a little face paint.
Why didn't
Dressed
we
in tiger
workshop
skin.
this earlier? I could have got a tiger costume to show up at the mansion.
You still can. Amazon 2-day shipping.
Oh,
but she leaves
I'm gonna be
tomorrow,
up all
though.
night.
Oh,
But I could-
But
Sent to the house.
it is Vegas. There's got to be fucking.
there's got to be a tiger
Dude,
costume.
it's too
Yes,
hot to be
everything.
wearing a tiger costume.
Just get the little fucking tiger ears and the little tiger tail.
Yeah, just pin it on to whatever you're wearing.
And then I show up and I'm not the only one.
Fuck. Then-
Oh, everyone's like dressed like a
Oh,
tiger.
God.
It's like a herd of
Fucking
tigers.
Don Jr.'s passed out on the fucking floor like fucking hangover, and you put the tiger ears on him. Take a selfie.
That'd be cool.
We make that the cover of the
Your
fucking
fantasies are
podcast.
wild.
I know, right?
Holy shit.
All right, well, May is Mental Health and Work Month, so we'll leave it at that.
And it's still going on. We still have
Yeah.
another week of it, right? Okay, we'll be at Pride
Yeah.
next Saturday,
We're on the Pride snow.
right?
Yeah. All right. We'll talk to y'all next week.
Bye,
Bye.
y'all.